For more than 2 decades, Time Life reporter and photographer Bill Simmons took lots and lots of pictures in Saugatuck and Douglas.
Yeah, and we're talking about 3,000 photographs, and now some of the most iconic images are on exhibit for the very first time.
So our 8 West camera recently caught up with Kristen Armstrong, the executive director of the Saugatuck Center for the Arts. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Saugatuck Center for the Arts. We are standing here in a new exhibition called Small Towns, Big Picture, and it is a collection of photographs from the professional Time Life photographer Bill Simmons, who moved to Saugatuck and Douglas and spent the last 20 years of his life in the 40s and 50s documenting what we would now call as mid-century small town America. So we've been fortunate to work with our local historical society, putting together this really intriguing look at Saugatuck and Douglas from the 40s and 50s. It's fun because we've got those pieces of everyday life that maybe are still around, like parades, which are still a part of the scene here in Saugatuck and Douglas, but things that have gone by the wayside too. We've got people lining up for refreshments at Oval Beach. That still happens, but of course it looks a little different today. Cleaning fish and nets from a fishing tug, that looks quite different today. So part of the beauty of these photographs is that it really gives us that snapshot in time, a time that some of us still remember and a time that others of us, this is all new to us. We're going to walk over here. There's a couple of beautiful pictures over here that again really capture some of the authenticity that is still part of Saugatuck and Douglas, the entrance to Oval Beach, which of course now we won't see those kinds of cars anymore. And then things like this, the Big Pavilion dock, and I think many of us might remember hearing about the Big Pavilion, which was one of the iconic entertainment landmarks in the Midwest, but it burned in 1960. And in fact, in this particular collection, there's a spectacular photograph capturing that day when the Big Pavilion burned. The Simmons collection, this is just a small piece of that amazing collection, which is actually over 3,000 photographs. The Historical Society in Saugatuck and Douglas owns those negatives, and this particular exhibition is made up of a small portion of those. And the fun of it, as you can see, is having them blown up large, because we get to see a lot of the detail in those pictures and can also stand back and really appreciate the big scale of it. Come back and visit it often. You will enjoy this little trip back in time looking at Saugatuck and Douglas with the Simmons collection here at the Saugatuck Center for the Arts.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I always love the black and white. I think there is something that just is almost more of an emotional connection.
It's
when
timeless,
you get the black and
too.
white. Yeah.
Obviously, it shows the history of the area, but it's really demonstrated so cool and timeless with the black and white photography that is there. And obviously, I think you love it. If you love that area, then it brings out an emotional effect in you. There's always something fabulous happening at that gem of a location, and it's always free. So check it out, the Saugatuck Center for the Arts.
That's right.
It's really amazing.
Well, and you know, people are making their spring break plans, and we know gas, $4 a gallon. Maybe there's not a lot of money left in the budget, so absolutely a great reason to take that short trip to the lakeshore. The Small Towns Big Picture exhibit is open now through March 9th. The center, by the way, is open weekdays 9 to 5, plus in the evenings and some weekends for special events.
The center is located at 400 Culver Street in Saugatuck, the site of the old pie factory. Was fortunate to be able to go in there. We profiled that building itself and the amazing renovation and rehab that's taken place there. And so obviously a place where pies were made once and now a place where culture is shared.
Fantastic.
Pretty cool.
Stay right there. More of 8 West is straight ahead.